Hello, everybody. I'm Melissa McKay. I'm a developer advocate with JFrog, and I'm here at the DevOps Speakeasy at JFocus 2023. And I'm sitting here with Emelie Ohlson. Emelie, what are you doing here at JFocus?
I'm here today, well, mainly as a participant today, but tomorrow I'm going to have a lecture in compliance as code and how to do regulated business using public cloud.
Okay. This sounds huge, like a lot to talk about, a huge topic.
It is a big topic. Mostly you would kind of wanted to do it, a bigger version of it, but that would take hours to go through like everything from start to finish. So tomorrow we're going to focus on a light talk where it's 45 minutes, but showing the main tool compliance as code is and how it's actually an argument that can help you to go to the public cloud.
Okay. So what do you think some of the biggest questions are that developers have about this topic?
Ooh, that's a tough one. It's quite hard since I don't work as a developer myself that much. I work with developers a lot.
Okay.
But from experience, I know that the word no is something that developers hear a lot, especially from security, risk, compliance, corporate lawyers, etc., especially when it comes to public cloud. And I'm here to help them to actually advocate for their cause and explaining that the big cloud or public cloud isn't that scary and it's actually possible to be compliant and still develop as rapid you want as a developer.
Okay, that makes sense. My first thought when you talk about moving to the public cloud, I know we have a lot of customers that are like in government settings, and a lot of them they feel like they're stuck on-prem. And is this one of the challenges you're tackling?
Yes. So I work mainly in finance and insurance sector, and they behave quite similar to governments, at least here in Sweden. And they have high regulations, etc., that they need to comply by, as any country within the EU, where GDPR might be one of the biggest issues for moving to the public cloud.
Okay.
And it's hard, but it can work.
Yeah. What would you say the biggest risks people come across when they're moving to the cloud? What are they afraid of?
Ooh, I would say, well, when it comes to GDPR, they are most afraid of that our personal data would actually be a subject for a request from governments in the US.
I see.
So that's a big issue, but I think in general, besides GDPR, one of the biggest issues or risks that we're facing or that people are scared of, I think it's that they feel like they can't control it the same way.
Right.
Like you can in your own data center.
Right.
But it isn't as big and scary as many people think.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of fear when you don't know or don't fully understand something.
Yeah.
So that makes a big difference. Educating people, I imagine, on how it actually works and weighing those risks against the advantages of moving to the cloud. That makes a lot of sense. Well, is this your first time speaking at JFocus?
It is. First time.
Nice.
Yes.
Are you meeting a lot of new people? How do you feel about the vibe here?
I think the vibe is awesome. We had a dinner, a lot of us yesterday, and just walking into like this center and everything, and it just it feels great to be here.
Yeah. This is my second time, but the first time in the winter. So it's always interesting to see what places look like at different seasons. And it's cold, but it's also very beautiful. And
the view is pretty awesome here.
Yeah. I know there's been some pretty beautiful evenings, and the dinner we went to last night, we were able to all go out together and enjoy some of a company of other speakers and have some good conversations. It's pretty awesome way to spend our time here in Stockholm. Are you a regular conference goer, speaker?
Um, I wouldn't say super regular. I'm
Uh-huh.
like just moving into it
Okay.
a bit, so I might be a bit greener than other speakers here.
There's always, you got to start
But
somewhere.
exactly,
Yeah.
but a lot of practice, both a lot internally, especially with our conferences that we have at the company I work for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, JFocus is pretty awesome, at least in my experience. Very well organized, very well done. Um, as what would you say? This is an interesting topic. What would you say would be maybe the most a problem that a new speaker would have? Um, what do you think is a challenge that you've experienced that you've overcome as a new speaker?
I don't know if I've overcome it yet, but at least it's gotten better. I think the speaker itself is your worst enemy.
Yeah.
So I'm my worst enemy because you get nervous or you think about it too much, and just pushing through like too much is
Uh-huh.
usually not a good thing. It's better to like leave it for a day or two and then go back to it with fresh eyes.
Right.
That's something that has helped me quite a lot in the process for just creating the content or the
Yeah.
demos or whatever it might be. And like don't forget to just go out there and actually have fun,
Yes.
because that's a really important aspect of it.
Yes. It's like having a conversation with the audience.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I agree with you. I think speakers are very hard on themselves, more so than anyone else would be.
Yeah,
Um, and it's like flexing a muscle.
yeah,
And like you said, that's really good advice. Leaving it for a time and coming back to it, especially when you're in the middle of developing the content, um, to be able to get some rest and develop that muscle in the way you should.
exactly.
So yeah. Well, I really hope that your experience here is great and that you will return again to
Of course.
JFocus. I think the information you have to share is going to be really valuable, especially with all of these projects that need to move into cloud native architectures.
Yes,
Makes a huge difference.
it does.
So thank you for
Thank you.
chatting with me today and looking forward to your talk.
Thank you so much.